we need to do a little bit of an update. There's a lot of people asking about Alicia right now, and uh, she's doing good. She has done. There's nothing that she has done that has prevented this from happening. Sorry, I just showed up, so I'm trying to turn my phone off so that way it doesn't annoy everybody. Okay, there we go. So, without putting a bad light on any particular agency or service that's being provided, there was a problem. And I'm just going to tell the story because this is the truth of it, as far as I know. What happened was Alicia was ready to go to rehab. She was told to be there on Friday at 10 o'clock, I believe. And she was there. She had all of her stuff. Everything was there. I showed up because I wanted to kind of see, the process and everything like that. But when I showed up, she was already done talking to him, and she was outside of their office. And I asked her what was going on, and she said she doesn't get to go. And I was like, well, why not? And she's, having difficulty explaining it. So I asked her if it'd be okay to ask the place that was helping her if they could talk to me. And so she gave a verbal consent for them to talk to me while she was standing there. And they said, is it okay to tell them everything? So they told me everything. Now, with that being said, what I was told was that there was an insurance issue. That insurance, they couldn't find a place, a singular place, to do both a detox and the rehab. Now, the detox couldn't be a regular detox; it had to be a medical detox. So they were trying to find what he told me was the caseworker told me was that they were trying to find one facility that does everything, and they were looking, and so she was to come back on Tuesday and and see what they found out. Apparently, they were going to be going for the weekend, taking a nice little 4-day weekend, I guess, or 3-day Monday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and come back on Tuesday, while Alicia got put back out on the street. And there's been a lot of people that have seen her out there, and there's been some looky-loos and some gawking and stuff like that going on. And it's I wanted people to understand. That's why we said this earlier on our other live, that it's not her fault. She really is going to go. She's doing everything possible, and she's getting kind of yanked around one way or the other. This particular situation, over the weekend, as you all know, we called for help, and we got a woman named Jolene to get a hold of us and to help. And Jolene had some contacts in some different areas, a facility in Gooding. It's called the Walker Center, and it does a full wraparound service. So Alicia will be able to get the medical detox, because apparently if you drink a whole bunch and you just stop drinking, you'll die. It's a 37% chance. I Googled it because I didn't believe it, but now I do because Google said so. And she needs to be able to have access to equipment, medical equipment, just in case for seizures or something else like that. Jolene also set me straight on this too. So it is a real problem. Apparently, if you quit drinking, if you're a heavy drinker, like a fifth a day, then you can have some really bad issues and die. So they needed to get her to a medical facility that can do the medical detox as well as the rehab. The Walker Center can do that. It has a full, what's called wraparound services. And so afterwards, like after she's done with the medical detox, she'll go to rehab, which is basically right across the way. It's the same facility, just different buildings right across from each other. And then from there, she'd get services. After she's graduated that, she would have help with housing assistance, which she was denied by the other service that was providing help, that she would not be getting services, housing services through them. The Walker Center would also do what's called reunification, child reunification services. And that way it would allow Alicia to be able to set up appropriately and have visitation and everything like that with her children. So she does have her parental rights. There's been no abuse issues. She simply doesn't have a place to live or have anywhere that she could, have them for a while. So she has till November, I believe, to figure this out before they move in another direction. So she's gung-ho. She really wants this to happen. Also, the Walker Center offers a 18-month after services, like a follow-up. So they have a worker, your caseworker. This one's in Gooding, but I know for a fact that they drive all the way to Coeur d'Alene. So on the way to Coeur d'Alene, and their trip, they could stop by here and talk to Alicia and keep tabs of her. It's an 18-month service after rehab. So accountability and then also help and resources. They also...
And that's huge, right? Like the services that
Yes.
were originally that she was going to go to that we've been setting her up for, basically that's just a go there, get clean, and then you're on your own.
That's the way it seems. It seems like the path that she was on was trying to find a medical detox place, and then they would, after that place, a separate place, they would ship her or commute her to the rehab facility, and then she would stay there. And then after that, they would just be like, all right, have fun, you're back on the streets. There would be no after services or aftercare, no follow-up, nothing like that I'm aware of. I could be wrong, but as I was told, there was nothing.
And that's huge for her. Like she's got, she's self-conscious with her teeth and not being able to talk and stuff. I mean, so
imagine having the dental and the surgery afterwards.
Right.
It's almost like a reward. Get clean, do good, you're getting your life back together, and now you can physically have you back. And that's what she's really looking forward to. So what happened is, I'm going to try to say this without I was asked by Alicia to not name names specifically for services and stuff like that, because there's some bad blood running around, and I don't know why, but it seems like to me people would be wanting to help Alicia, and any available help that was out there that was appropriate, they would be wanting to give her. It seems almost like this is an insurance issue. Just so everybody knows, the Walker Center does not require insurance to go to, whereas the other facility, Sundance, I believe, and there's another one,
Sundown, I think.
Sundown,
yeah, Sundown,
require insurance to pay for it and all that stuff. So in this case, there's a grant.
No, scholarship.
A scholarship.
Yeah, so there's
different than a grant. So it's a scholarship for single or for women with children. There's 30-something beds available. There's 2 left, and Alicia has one of those beds if she wants it, and she does want it. She messaged me and said that she is a little afraid.
So Jolene's texting me right here. She said, Walker Center's 12-month case management, not 18. So 12 months.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
12-month, not 18.
We want to get the right information.
Right. I'm all about getting the right. If I say something wrong at any point in time, somebody throw it in the comments and correct me. So I'm just going. There's a lot of information that gets thrown at me. And I got to try to put it all down.
And we're learning a lot, guys. We're learning a lot as we go, and hopefully once we get, up to speed on a lot of this stuff, we can help so many more people. That's our goal.
Right. We've actually had people come to us and ask us for help and resources on how to get help. Like apparently everybody's like, oh, get help. There's lots of money for it, but nobody knows actually how to get that help. And even facilities that are trying to help people don't know how the process goes. Apparently, it's kind of weird. So with that being said, 12 months after the rehab, she'll have a follow-up, a case manager follow up with her and help her on stuff. So, sorry, I was a little sidetracked there for a second. So I got to try to say this without saying anything negative towards anybody. Alicia was, after this weekend, the videos that we put out calling for help, the place that she was working with, seen the videos, and kind of lit a fire maybe, and wanted to get things done. So they got a hold of her and set up the assessment, I believe, and I don't know The place that they were going to send her to, Sundown, they don't require an assessment because it's just, I don't know, their deal or whatever. Some places do and some places don't. She had never gotten the assessment needed to go to the Walker Center. So that is what she is going to be doing tomorrow morning. Jolene.
Rockstar.
Yes.
Rockstar, by the way, that's her nickname. Jolene the Rockstar.
Right. She has a lot of information and she's not afraid to ask too on questions. So she got a hold of the Walker Center, got it all figured out. They're going to do an evaluation tomorrow morning for Alicia. It's quite a lengthy evaluation, should be a few hours actually. After this evaluation, the Walker Center will immediately tell them if she can go or not. I want everybody to know this, that while this was all being done, while Jolene and the other place were talking, and Alicia, and trying to figure things out, this all came about. Like it's like it's meant to be, right? It wasn't going to happen for the plan that was trying to be done, and so it had to be changed. And luckily, Jolene was already in the process, and other people were already in process. And so when we found out it had to be changed because the services aren't available at this place anymore, so we have to go somewhere else. I don't even know, was she going to just get dropped off there and they're going to be like, oh yeah, we don't do that anymore, so you got to go back.
Yeah, so it's been a rough couple days, guys. Like,
yeah, it's
especially for Alicia, we put this stuff out there, we put the updates out there, and then people see her on the street, and then they make nasty comments like, I thought she was going to rehab, and then all of a sudden the negative train starts rolling into the station.
Right, they don't believe her, they think she's lying.
Right, and then she's panhandling, so they think, why is she getting all this money? Right. And I thought she's going.
I want you all to know something too, because I asked her, as far as panhandling goes, I'm like, because I was like, this is personal here, but I was like, you make more than I do, I thought, right, because minimum checks. So I talked to her about it, and she's like, no, I get a fraction of that. And she showed me, and it was a fraction of that. So less than $100. So I want everybody to understand that being on the streets, and then you get less than $100, and even your food stamps are being cut. Apparently there's something going on where if you're homeless, you don't get the full amount of food stamps that, say, somebody else who lives in a home or on a couch or couch surfing or whatever, they're, what is it, $2.90 something or whatever for the minimum. I don't even know what it is, but you have to pretty much have a place to live in order to get the full amounts. The homeless are actually getting their benefits cut somehow because they're homeless. So I don't know if it's in half or what the exact number is, but that's what's happening. As far as her income goes, she panhandles to eat. Panhandles to live, basically. When she's out there asking for a little bit of money, it's to get something to eat. Right. So I kind of really hounded her or questioned her and tried to, why are you panhandling? What makes you want to do this? And it's a basic need for survival that makes her want to do it. And she's cold and hungry. That's kind of like the other thing.
Right. Got a message from Jolene. I just want to intervene here real quick.
Okay.
She said that Sundown is the only place in Washington State, that doesn't require an assessment. So it's just like the perfect bad storm.
It is,
right?
Yeah.
We just assumed she'd have an assessment, like that's
so
normal.
Is it easiest to get into? As what's the amount of effort required to get an individual into there versus the amount of effort required to get them into, say, the Walker Center. And I know that different states have different insurances, or you have to be like in this case, in order to be at the Walker Center, you kind of have to be an Idaho resident. So we change residencies. If you go to Sundown, and you have to be a Washington resident. So, and then also with that, there's the different insurances. Idaho has its insurance, and Washington has its. So I guess that's they're trying to stick with Washington maybe, I don't know. To me, there should be an open availability. If there's somewhere open, I don't care if it's in New York. If there's somewhere open and you can get them into it, and it's a full wraparound service. So everything, not just, hey, go here for a little bit, we're going to ship you over here afterwards, and then we're going to ship you over there, and then we're going to ship you back and put you back on the street. Have fun, deuces. You know, like it just doesn't make sense. So Alicia's trying. This is not her fault. If you guys see her out there, give her an attaboy. Yeah, I'm gonna say this with, I don't even know, like, I would say maybe if you guys see her and you feel the need to, help her out. Give her $1 or $2. You know, this is not her fault. She gave up a lot of her things in order to, she thought she was going to leave.
Right, yeah.
She thought she was leaving, so she gave up her sleeping stuff. She gave up her tent stuff. She gave up her night stuff.
And it's been raining here
Yeah,
lately.
it's been raining. She's been
out of all the, we don't get any rain here, and all of a sudden now it's been raining.
Right.
You know, she fostered her dog, so now her dog, she doesn't have her dog now.
Right.
So
she has somebody that's really good watching her dog, and she just was talking to me today about it. You know, hey, you know.
So Jolene's in the comment section. Hey, there's Jolene. Hey, if anybody wants to give a shout out to Jolene, she's on the chat with us.
She's a superstar.
Yeah, it says getting someone into treatment is a journey full of obstacles at every step, it seems like. Finding the right facility / battling personal fears, none of it's easy. Every small victory matters, and kindness makes all the difference.
Kindness makes a huge amount of difference.
Right, and a little understanding can help someone rebuild their life.
Right.
Thanks to all who are doing to help Alicia.
Right, if we understand her. Like, I didn't know Alicia before this. I still don't really know her.
No.
But I saw an injustice. I was like, how do you go to rehab? What is the process? You know, obviously, she's like, I want to show other people how to do this. This is actually ending up to be a pretty difficult situation, or, you know, a rough time of actually getting this accomplished.
Right.
And it should not be. Everybody says there's millions and billions of dollars for this stuff. Why is it so hard to actually find out what's available or not?
And exactly, why are people reaching out to us? Like people that we don't even know, strangers, asking for help. Like they truly need help and they don't know where to turn.
And I don't even know where to turn.
Right. So we're learning. We're trying to learn it.
Right. And in the meantime, we're learning it. We have great resources like Jolene, and then we're also trying to keep Alicia positive and
at the same time.
Right.
But
she just keeps getting hammered down, and it's ridiculous.
Well,
yeah,
thankfully,
we're going to go today.
I mean, there was a post last night on our, I'm not even going to give them credit, LCV blah, blah. Anyways, that's the only thing I've ever seen them do something nice where they actually took something down, because it was getting so nasty that they just decided, hey, we need to take this down.
Yeah, it was getting bad. But it should not have gotten bad.
Right.
Every single person that said some bad stuff on there, you should be ashamed of yourself, straight up, because it's not Alicia's fault. She really is trying. She really is doing what she needs to do to get things. She's just like, they're just following, you know, leading her along. She has no choice. She doesn't know what to do. So if they say do it, she's following it, and then it's like, oh yeah, that was the wrong thing. Ha 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 ha. We're just gonna wait now and see if we can't find something else. And that's not the way you should do it. You should know. You should have a clear indication of what to do, where to go, who to call, what things that need to be in order to go, like to be accomplished. Do you have your evaluations? Do you have those things that you need to be able to go? And that's something that sorry, I have the hiccups. That's something we're going to work on. I have the hiccups bad.
I'll
take
read
a
some
drink.
comments here. Jolene said it's always a ridiculous process. And we're finding that out as we go on this journey with Alicia and everybody. Jolene says, also heard about that post. I wish I would have seen it. I almost was going to screenshot it because I was appalled by some of it.
I didn't see it, or I would have went off.
Yeah.
You know,
I
my
mean, stuff
mouth.
like, you know, like she had got a wonderful lady had donated some clothes. I mean, Jolene got her some clothes too. And so she was dressed nice. Who doesn't want to look nice, right?
Feel good about yourself.
Right.
Look
Just because
nice.
she's on the street and she doesn't and she's homeless, why? If she's got nice clothes to wear, why not?
Right.
And somebody made a nasty comment like, well, she looks nice today, or where'd she get those clothes? I mean, seriously?
Like, she got them in preparation to go to rehab. Like, she just was talking to me today. She needs $20 for laundry. She's over, you know, down by Walmart right now. And I don't have $20 to give her. I wish I did, but she needs it for laundry. She's like, I need to wash my clothes before I go to rehab. And I totally agree with that. Like, I have to do laundry at a laundromat too. So, or I have, my girlfriend do my laundry for me. So I understand that struggle and wanting to have good, clean clothes. But what does she do? What do you do when you're homeless and you ain't got no money?
Right.
So, and then you have people, like, why would they be upset at you for looking nice?
Well, it really upset me the other day. I just reached out. I said, "Do you need anything?" Like we occasionally do. Are you
Right,
doing all
right.
right? Need anything? Hanging in there? And she said, "I need people to stop staring at me.
Yeah,
I need people to
gawking.
start gawking
Stop
at me and glaring
gawking
at me."
at me.
Yeah.
And I had a conversation with her about this very specifically. And I kind of told her a little bit about, I don't know if y'all remember John Park, Cowboy. Cowboy came up to us one time a couple days ago, and a truck drove by and like honked his horn, rah, revved it and everything. And we weren't even at the park or nothing.
No,
We were in Lewiston, and he turned around,
instantly
rah,
like swearing at him. I was like,
super
damn,
mad.
like a
And then
super short fuse. Yeah.
he had to stop. And he's like, I'm so sorry. He's like, I have to keep telling myself I'm not at the park. It's like PTSD almost, right? And so I told her that. I told Alicia that. Like, even John Park tells me this stuff. He says it's almost like PTSD. You're almost triggered, I guess, and you go off because that's your reaction. I go, but you got to remember, Alicia, you're not at the park anymore, and people don't think of you that way.
Right.
They're invested in you, and they want to be a part of this, and they want to learn and help you and support you, and so when people do that, maybe they're not looking at you to be negative.
Right.
Like, and I gave her the example, like, we were at a park, and somebody drove by, and we were sitting in front of the bathrooms, and the old man drove by and was staring and staring as he was driving by. But we happened to be in front of the doors to the bathroom, and she was a little offended, like, why are you staring at what? I'm like, wait. It's an old man, he's not staring at, I don't think he's staring at you. I think he's needing to go to the bathroom. And sure enough, he parked, didn't even look at us, saw, squinted and saw the men's sign and went to the men's bathroom. And I'm like, see? I'm like, people aren't always looking at you and gawking at you in a negative way. Right now, people are looking at you because they care about you. They recognize you. They want to see you do good. They want to know why you're not in rehab. It's okay to know why. It's okay to want that. But I'm saying, is anybody out there doing negative stuff to her? Y'all need to knock that off, because if I see it,
Uncle Jesse's coming.
yeah, Uncle Jesse's going to have a conversation with you.
If you haven't seen Uncle Jesse yet, let me tell you.
I get fired up sometimes.
Yeah. Jolene says, our community needs to become a community again. All this hate needs to stop.
Right.
And she also said that she has free laundry resource. She has a laundry resource. So we're going to put that on our contacts. Like, guys, we've been making this contact list. All these people have been reaching out to us to have different services available when, like, standby, like when needed. Our community is wonderful. I mean, we have an amazing community, and we really want to tap into that as best we can.
Right. It's just a lack of knowledge. It's a lack of knowing what's available. So this is a prime example. So for anybody out there that wants to go to rehab, hold on a minute, we'll figure it out for you. We'll help you and lead you in the right direction. I'm not a caseworker. I don't know what I'm doing. All I know how to do is ask a question. And when somebody or a service tells me they're going to do something, and I say, okay, how? And then they tell me how, and then they don't do that, it kind of annoys me. And so I ask another question, and then I ask another one and another one until I annoy them. And I get the answer, a truthful, honest, upfront, forthcoming answer. The way things are designed right now, there's no forthcoming answer. There's no truth. Well, there may be their truth, if that's a thing, right? People say their truth. They believe they're doing the right thing because that's all they know. They don't know there's other resources available.
It's the illusion they were given.
It's the illusion they were given.
Right.
It's exactly right. We expose the illusion. What is being presented in front of you to make you believe whatever it is that person wants you to believe. Is it a good illusion or is it a bad illusion? Going to rehab, a great idea. The process to get there is an illusion. And we need to clear that up, and we need to help people understand the process.
Right. Hey, Jolene says, people often underestimate Alicia due to her disability. Those people are foolish. She's smart. Oh, she's smart, right?
She
Right?
is smart. Just because a
Very,
person can't talk
right.
doesn't mean they're not smart. The deaf community. I have a lot of friends that are deaf. They are smart. They can't talk. They they can't hear, but that doesn't make them any less. Just
Right.
because you have a disability does not make you dumb.
Yeah. So she said she's smart, strong, and sensitive. She's sensitive.
She is sensitive.
She'll get this done and become an example to the next person struggling. I mean, that's why we've documented her story all this way. You
Yep.
know, I mean, some people, like, we've had some, couple on the lives. Why are you filming that person? She
It's
doesn't want to be
personal.
filmed.
It's this, it's that.
She doesn't want to be filmed. I
She
said,
does.
she does. She wants to tell her story to encourage other people. And she knows exactly what she's doing.
Exactly.
She wants to encourage people. She wants to prove to people that it can be done.
And in doing this, this is encouraging. It is also a little disappointing, you know,
Yes.
because we get some. I'm getting hit with some setbacks here, and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, I had a
I'd
rough
be
couple
bent.
days, man. Just like,
Yeah,
gosh.
she gets upset, but it's okay. It's okay to get upset.
Mm-hmm.
It means you care. If a person didn't care, they wouldn't get upset. They'd be like, oh yeah, whatever. I'll just be over here on the street, you know, drinking away or whatever. But she cares, and that's why she gets upset. So I just really want people to understand that Alicia is doing everything she can. She's doing everything she's told to do. She doesn't know what to do. And I also want people to know that Jolene really, really did come through on this one.
Oh,
Like,
man.
I don't
guys,
even
yeah,
know
if
her. I just met her through all of this. And she cares when she sees an injustice going on.
Yeah. And if you guys, if you go back on our channel, there's, I think, a couple videos back, not on the short, but the long form content. You'll see when Jolene first met Alicia and that interaction and stuff. So you guys might want to check that out.
That was the first time they met.
Yeah.
So, and Jolene was right there. Sign this, do
Yep,
this. We'll
sign
get you
this,
help.
do this,
We'll
yep.
figure this out. So,
Yeah. BJ Flowers TV, I'm not sure who that is, but says, you go, Jesse, keep asking those questions. That's right.
thank you. Sometimes people get really mad when you ask questions, or they think you are an adversary when you ask them questions. Have you ever thought about that? When you ask somebody a question and they automatically and they're standoffish and they consider you an almost enemy or an adversary or competition at that point. Why would that be competition? You know, I've had people tell me and other people, you know, oh, this, you know, it's a competition. It shouldn't be a competition. Helping somebody get into a facility to better themselves shouldn't be a competition between two services. It's not that way at all. It should be sharing of information between two services is what it should be, or 3 or 4 services or whatever. Like, we need this master book or a database or something that has
Master, what do we call it? Master Excel sheet.
yeah, master Excel sheet, spreadsheet.
Go here for this, and this point go
Right?
here, this point go there. If you're doing this, you go here.
Exactly. If you have an issue, it'll line it all out. Like, why isn't there that? Why isn't there a list of available grants or you know, funding for different programs? Moms or dads, you know, I'm sure if there's one for homeless moms and children, then there's going to be one for homeless dads and children. And if there's not, there should be.
Right.
So, you know, it's just, I don't know. That's why we need the list. I don't need the list. I'm not a worker. But people like Alicia need the list. People like Jolene need the list. People like other people that I promised I wasn't going to say names.
Yeah.
They need a list. And if it comes from us, that's cool. If it comes from the community, that's cool. We're getting all kinds of resources and people to add to this list. We offer this, we offer that, we offer this. Okay, you know, how do you do it? How do you get the resources? We write it all down, and then we'll have that to present to people who contact us and ask us.
Elizabeth Haynes says there's not a list because things keep changing. I mean, that's true to some point, but there's
I can see that.
I'm sure there's a list.
But I'm sure at the beginning of every year or fiscal year, when grants and stuff and money is distributed out through different places, that they set aside money for certain things, and at that point there should be an update, maybe an update of services at the beginning of every year or whenever they decide to have those services, you know, available. Like January 1st, you know, we have all this money available for this year. This is the services, you know, whatever. Maybe we can look at something like that. it's going to be an ongoing issue. And every provider of services to individuals should have somebody on their employment, or whatever, on their group looking for these things. What is it? Call the other places up. Like, hey, do you know of any grants for, battered women? Or hey, do you know of anything for this? Or do you know of anything for this insurance? Or do you know of anything for no insurance? Like, those are questions that people are allowed to ask, and we're allowed to ask each other. So maybe we can work on that. People like Alicia, and there's other people, obviously, that would really like to know how to. And that's kind of what we're getting at here. So there will be a fairly updated list of services that we're going to keep track of, and then we'll keep presenting when people ask us.
Right. Yeah. So, and also, guys, by the way, we're going to go at 8 o'clock. We're going to live stream on our Facebook page. What's the place called again? We're going to. We're just going to check it out. We just had some questions for him. I'll have to look.
It's so new.
No, I think they've been doing it a while. It's a
something
church
for
on
change.
celebrating
recovery.
Celebrating recovery. Anyways,
Yes.
they have a program
I am
down
sorry,
there.
Celebrating Recovery. I forgot your name.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna interview them tonight just to kind of see what help's available, see what they're all about.
Right. We're going to start doing that. We'll interview different services that are available. Celebrate Recovery. If
So I'm gonna send
QBH
you-
would like to be interviewed and see what services are available there.
Yeah, I put the
We'd like
link.
to
I
do
put the link
that.
to our Facebook page in the chat here. If you want to join us, that's going to be at 8 o'clock tonight. We're going to do a live stream.
Yep.
On Facebook. We're going to try that out and see how that goes.
Might as well. There's lots of people on Facebook in our community.
Jolene
So-
said they're fantastic. Fabtastic.
Fabtastic. Fabuloso.
So the lady down there, she's willing to give us an interview and just kind of tell us what it's about.
Yeah, and we will share that information with other people.
Yeah.
So,
BJ Flower says people need to stop being judge and jury. The system is broken and does not serve those that are supposed to well. Doesn't serve them.
right. But why is that? Why doesn't it serve well? Why is the system broken? Is it the top level worried about money, and then the actual, like, say, the caseworkers and stuff like that, they don't really have a say, so they're just doing a good thing and helping people. But why does it matter? Who's benefiting at the top there, and why do they make the rules they make? That's what I'd like to know.
Right. Jolene's taking off. Thanks for joining us, Jolene. We
Yep.
appreciate you.
Thank you very much for piping in.
Yeah. Couldn't do all this without you. Hey, Ground Rap Metal Detecting says, nice hat.
Thank you. You like it? I am, French and Scottish and Irish, and so I figured I'd.
Yeah.
I'm your American mutt, so.
Oh, I gotta tell you, I'm looking at the camera in the back. I'm behind the camera, guys, but the lighting was like perfect. Like literally, I could only see one of your eyes, and it was like our picture on exposing the illusion. It was super cool.
So, is there anybody that has any questions that I can answer?
Yeah, let us
On
know where you're from
Alicia's.
too. We like to know where you guys are from.
Yeah,
So,
that's another thing too. Tell us where you're from. If you're from the area, if you're local here, or if you're outside of it, and then if you have issues in your area, getting help and stuff like that. Just
oh, Douglas got a math question for you.
okay.
5/6 times 5/8.
5/6 times 5/8. What is that? Is over of.
I don't know. He's trying to trick us. I think. Jolene says, advocacy. People need to advocate or the system stays broken. You guys are amazing. Oh, thanks, Jolene. Back at you. You are amazing.
Well, thank you. And by advocate, Jolene, do you mean open up our mouths and talk and keep asking questions and keep talking about the problem and
Right.
trying to fix it? Because just asking, if that is what you're talking about, the asking questions does help. It gets people to be accountable.
Rebecca Thomas is local, she said. Well, thanks for joining us, Rebecca.
Nice.
Just coming in, what's going on, she said, Rebecca.
We were talking about Alicia and why she is not at rehab right now, or detox. That's the other thing.
Even though everybody expects her to be there, and they give her a hard time when they see her in the street because she's
Right.
not there yet. So
So
we just wanted to update people.
we wanted people to know that she's not there, not by her fault, but because of red tape and confusion, and I think a little bit of pride. So those are the things that are stopping her. Not on Alicia's accord. She is not prideful, but there's issues that are going on that seem to be hindering the progress of her going. So.
But there are things in the works.
Yes,
Tomorrow
there
morning,
is things
9
in the
a.m.,
works.
she's going to have her assessment, and then we'll
Yes,
find
she will
out right then and there.
Finally have an assessment. Like we found out, sundown
is the
is the only place.
only place in the whole entire state of Washington that does not require an assessment.
Right.
So that's why she didn't have one done, and that was the sticking point.
But then it makes you wonder, like,
why don't they require an assessment?
well, not even that. Why don't they require an assessment? Because they charge your insurance. You know, I don't know. Why don't they? Why was that the only place they were looking at? Why was that the place? Why not look at other places that don't require an assessment?
Tolene says, "You guys keep going, doing what you're doing." Okay, I'm going now for real. LOL.
All right, peace.
She
Talk to you later.
can't help it. She likes our banter back and forth.
Well, asking those questions and getting people to think about it, that's
Right.
what we want to do.
Yes.
Exposing the illusion. The illusion is so easy to go to rehab. Just say you want to go to rehab and you'll be able to go. Just speak it and it'll happen. Nope.
No.
That's not the way it is, unfortunately. And unfortunately, this is a number I'm going to throw out there, and there is no basis behind this except for my own brain thinking about it. So my number is, this has got to happen to like 60-70% of the people that try to go to rehab. If it's this stupid, and it's stupid, I'm saying that word, if this process is that stupid, then people are going to give up. They're not going to do it. They're just going to flake out.
I mean, you make one phone call, right? And we've had people reach out to us, local people saying, I need help. My daughter needs help. My son-in-law needs help. They want help. But every time we make a phone call, they either are directed to the wrong place or get misinformation.
And misinformation is big around here.
Right. And so you're going to give up. You make a couple phone calls. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, I tried and I didn't get anywhere.
How many times are you going to call somebody and argue with them because somebody else told you to call them and then get something and you're like, no, they told me to do it. Well, we don't do that. Well, they told me to call you guys and say, well, we don't do that. I don't know what you're talking about. Call somewhere else.
Passing the buck, man.
Man, screw this. Click. Like, it's not going to happen. It's not.
Rebecca Thomas said, you would think they'd make it a little easier trying to get someone some help. It's always something. You guys are amazing for trying to help people. Well, hey, thanks.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate that.
It is annoying trying to get help when you can't get help, for sure.
Right.
But I also like to argue with people and ask questions. So, and if it doesn't make sense, I'll ask another one. And then if I get lied to, I think that's what kind of annoys me the most about this whole situation. I was straight up lied to my face from a social worker involved in this. That pissed me off. I'm an ignorant person. I don't know anything. And I'm asking you to find out because I'm going to open up my mouth and tell a bunch of other people. And then when you lie to me, it makes me look like a fool. That pisses me off.
Oh, we got a beard question.
Yes.
Not a beard question. Beard statement. Vegan Doll says, fake beard.
No, it's not.
Why do you say everything's fake? It's not fake. Trust me,
it's
not fake.
It's made with real hair. My real DNA made it, or whatever.
Oh, she said, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that I said she, but Vegan Doll says prove it. He's pulling
How do I prove it? Just pull it?
I mean, it's real.
It's real. It's real. Why does it look fake? Because it's too dark or something?
No, I mean, yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyways, we're going to do some merch. My son's making a T-shirt with his beard on it. Would you guys buy that? It'd be the Jesse beard. Uncle Jesse beard. That's
Uncle
right.
Jesse says.
They're saying it's too black.
Hey. Now. No, it's got red in it. It's dark and red. I don't know. I like it. I didn't used to like it until I grew it out, and then I'm like, hey, I kind of like this. I'm going to keep it. So.
Hey, guys, I put the link to our Facebook page because we're going to be running down there in a few minutes to go to, what's it called? Celebrating Recovery.
Yes.
They want us to come down there so they can tell us about what their program's about, and maybe, just maybe, it can help a person or two.
Right? Maybe it could help Alicia afterwards when she comes back. Because I know they offer services,
Right.
groups and counseling and stuff like that. So we'll find out everything they offer. And then if anybody out there is interested, they'll know how to get a hold of them.
Yeah, yeah.
So, like I said again, for Alicia, if you see her out on the street, just know that she doesn't have the standard minimum amount of the dang
Right.
income. She is less than that, and she needs things like clean clothes. She needs, I'm appreciative of the washing services that was just mentioned earlier.
Yeah, yeah. She sent me a whole thing on it. You just call, and if they're available, they'll come help you.
Nice.
So
cool.
That's another one we're going to put in our little contact list.
Right.
Of local people, local community that wants to help people that need help and want help.
Yes.
So for sure.
Another thing, if anybody else is interested, we've started a new group on Facebook, and it is called LCV News.
Real simple.
Real
LCV
simple.
News.
LCV space news. And it is the news. So there won't be any, I won't, because I believe everybody has the right to say what they want to say, or if there's news, to show the news and what's happening. And, I won't be deleting posts or anything like that. We have a good group of moderators, admins. There's going to be some, good, truthful information on there. So I implore you, everybody, check it out.
We were having some trouble because we were doing these videos and doing updates, and the community wants to see that.
They do.
And so there was one page that was great that we were working with. Their subscriber count went from like 13,000 up to 16,000. Our views were getting like 10 or 12,000 views on one single video. And then they said, nope, can't do that anymore. You can only put one video per subject matter. I'm like, yeah, but there's updates.
So, updates. You got to put the updates deep in the comments, and then nobody knows. And we did 2 tests on that, and there was no likes, no watches, no comments, no nothing, and they were buried 200 comments down in the original post.
But we're supposed to help each other out, right? Like we're helping their page out, they're helping our page out. I don't think they realize that. But
we were helping their page out, yes, and they were helping us out. I think the original intent of the page kind of got overlooked when we started posting stuff. They wanted to look at more of the bad side of things, keep a watch out for things in your neighborhood that might be questionable or not safe or something. And so with that, I thought it was good to post updates about some of those people who they watch getting better. And so I thought that was a great place to present those.
Right, it was. And
stories.
The community loved it.
They did. The community absolutely loved it. However, it didn't go with the original intent of the group. And so I decided, all right then, I will fix that. And we will have ourselves a group page that will allow updates and news and information from the LC Valley. There is no LC Valley news group really for Facebook in this area. So when it was available, I was shocked and I hit OK. And so now we got it.
We got some comments. Yep. Vegan Doll says, if that's real, you should enter it in a beard contest.
I've been told that. This is only a year old. So I shaved it before my birthday, August 29th last year, and the day before. And I wanted to grow it out for 1 year. I did. I like it. And now I'm like, I'm going to grow it longer. But a lot of people say they have beard contests. Yeah. I don't know where they're at, but there's beard contests. And I'm like, well, how do you win a beard contest? Just show up, like, my DNA did this. And you win? Like, how does that, or you lose? Yeah. Like, I don't understand. What's the criteria for winning? And if I can do it, I'm going to do it because I like winning.
Yeah. Diane Ryan says, you're very handsome, lose the beard. Never. Actually,
you should see pictures of me without the beard.
Oh, I saw some today. We might have to share them maybe.
Yeah, I look way different. Way different. Here, I'll show.
And then Josh says, holy real, is that for real, bro?
Yes. I don't have any pictures on me right now, but I have I guess my ID because I shaved it for my driver's license.
Well, I think I got it. I can pull it up, but some guy was curious as a non-American, are they really eating cats and dogs? Come on now.
Okay, so here's what I know. I know that it might have been a little over-exaggerated. However, in the exaggeration, it still happened. And there's police footage, body cam footage of a woman eating a cat and had hair and blood in her teeth and
Oh,
everything
my.
like that. And so police body cam footage. Now, you can't deny that. So I think it's more along the lines of, yes, it did happen a few times, but it's not quite as much as they're saying. Not all of the immigrants are killing your pets. So I think it was just a little exaggerated to drive home a point.
Right,
So,
right. Well, guys, I think we're going to head out here because we got to head downtown.
Yeah.
So head on over to our Facebook page, and we'll be
Yeah.
live on there at 8 o'clock down at the Celebrating Recovery. We're going to find out what that's all about.
Yep.
And see if we can get some services or find out about if there's anybody else who can get some help.
Yeah.
So.
Lots of people need help. They just don't know how to get it. So we got your back, everyone. We'll find out.
And
We're outta
we'll update you on Alicia. We're supposed to know tomorrow morning. Because once they do the assessment, you find out right then and
Right
there.
then
There's
and
no
there.
waiting. There's no nothing. So
Yep.
what happens then is once we find out if she's approved and goes, then we have to arrange transportation. But
Yeah.
we've already got 2 people that are willing to take her down there. We got Bobby the bus driver.
Yeah, Bobby the bus driver called in and said, I will take her.
Yes, and if you don't know Bobby the bus driver, she's on our channel. She's the lady that was driving the bus that has 17.5 million views. So she's willing to take Alicia.
Yep.
And then another lady, Miss West, that brought her some stuff. She's willing to take her too.
Right.
So
And I'm willing to drive along and hitch a ride too, just to be moral support and stuff if that's what she needs.
right.
So
So stay tuned, guys. Good things coming. Keep the positive vibes coming. We appreciate you guys, and we'll see you on the flip side.
peace.